so I am in my kitchen and today I'm gonna be cooking some, or making, because I'm not really cooking. I'm gonna be making some avocado tacos, you know what I'm saying? It's echoey because I am in the kitchen, but if you have not already subscribed to this channel, this is my second channel. This is where I talk about stuff that's not related around celebrities. I know that echo is hella annoying. It's annoying me right now, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get it together. I need to show my whole body because people keep thinking the girl is pregnant. I'm like, girl, no, I'm not pregnant. But anyways, so in this episode, I'll be giving like a slight life update on what's been going on. I've been on YouTube. Well, I started in 2008, but I became back consistent 2016 or 2017, one of those. And since I've been consistent on YouTube, I haven't really gave much of a life update. So we're gonna get into that. Okay, and this shirt right here, this is available on Nique@Nite.com. It's a regular button up, but you know, you gotta give it a little bit of pizzazz, and you know, that's what it is. So anyway, so let's get into this. So first things first, to get started with the whole, avocado tacos, you need some damn avocados. I don't know how this is gonna work. Maybe I gotta set this back some. Set this back a little bit. Okay, so you got your avocados. Then you're gonna need some type of cutting board. I rinse off all my dishes. I don't know how people could like go into like a cabinet and just pull a dish out and just fill it up with stuff. You got to rinse off your dishes, okay? I rinse off everything. Even, everything needs to be rinsed off. Yeah, so we're gonna rinse off our knife, rinse off our cutting board. I've already washed my hands off camera before I started the video. Let me rinse these off. Okay, so I'm just cutting this avocado open, cutting it and open or whatever. But anyway, so recently I moved from the house that I was living in. I was living there for the past 4 years. Oh my God, I'm a person who, you see all these YouTubers moving every damn year over and over and over. Me, I'm not a person that likes to move a lot. I like to be, content in my space. I like to be, stable, and in my last place, I lived right behind my mom. So my mom lived on one street and I lived on the other street, and so it was very convenient. We lived in the same neighborhood, and whenever I needed a babysitter, she needed a babysitter, just right around the corner. Whenever I'm going somewhere, I'm able to, drop my baby off. And it was just really easy and convenient. So, I'm really sad about the convenience factor being gone now. I'm so sad about that. But, it is what it is. I needed bigger space. I needed to get out of that house. I needed to expand my horizons, and a lot of living there also was like, it was still like within my little like comfort zone, my little safety net, like living outside of my mom's house but on the next street over. It just felt like I still kind of was living at home, even though I was living under my own roof, because whenever my mom would cook, I would just go right around the corner, and it just was easy. Yeah, so I had that going on. A lot of people were wondering like why it took me so long to post a video. It's been 3 weeks. I posted my first video back yesterday back on YouTube, and today I'm doing my little new little video that I want to add to my second channel, where maybe I'll make something, show y'all me making something or whatever, and just talk about life in general. So the move was very stressful. It was kind of like really depressing. It was really like, it really put me in interrupt because number one, there wasn't a lot of places available. Oh my God, like house hunting in a pandemic was the worst. Like there was literally, like it was so stressful because there was literally like at one point when I was looking for a whole month, there would be like one house would get posted and then it wouldn't be another house posted until the next week. And then as soon as a house is posted, it's like 10 people who are, you know, seeking for that one particular house. A lot of houses, they were overpriced, like they were taking advantage of people because we're in a pandemic. So they were like overpricing a lot of the houses, which, you know, there was a lot of stuff I passed up on. It's because like, I'm not about to be boo-boo food, like don't play with me, you know? But pause that. So far I have the avocados cut up that I'm going to use. I just used one avocado. I'm going to cut a little bit of onion up to go in there. You could skip it or not, it's up to you. And so I'm gonna just cut up a little bit of the onion. I don't want too oniony, because that's just, you know, not what we're doing here. That's just not what we're doing here. This little bit of onion is already gonna give me onion break. But anyways, so, you know, it was very stressful. Like I was so stressed out because I just was not finding nothing. And I needed to, you know, just get something that was feasible for me. Like I had a lot of things to consider in my move. Number one thing that I had to consider in my move was, you know, the fact that I run my business out of my home. I also do my business as far as, you know, doing my YouTube videos out of my home. So I have to consider, is the neighborhood quiet? I also have to think about, like, you know, whenever I receive packages, I get big box packages when I'm ordering for Nique at Night merchandise. So like when I'm ordering my pajamas, I'm getting like very huge boxes. So I was thinking like going into an apartment isn't really ideal for what I do because, you know, it puts more eyes on what you're doing. So like I go to the post office often. Like I go to the post office a lot, and you know, I'm always taking orders. So in my last home, it was, you know, it worked for what I did because I would package up all my orders. I would put them, I parked in my garage or whatever. So number one, I parked in my garage. So my last home, it was a 2-bedroom house. It had a decent front yard and a very large backyard. I had a 2-car garage, and what I would do is, you know, my merchandise was in my garage. I would, you know, go in my room, go on my computer, fulfill all the orders, and then I would package them all up. Then I would go in my garage, put all the, you know, orders into my car, and then I would drive to the, you know, to the post office, open up my garage, drive out or whatever. So people didn't know, like, you know, it was less eyes on like me coming and going. So if I moved into an apartment, that means that I'm coming and going. I have to leave out of my front door, holding packages or, you know, down, and just, you know, it just put more eyes on what I was doing. So that was kind of something that I considered. Number two, I have a daughter. It's just me and her. I had to consider, like, you know, when I'm coming home late or, you know, things like that. So what works for me is a place that has a garage. So that was one of the things that I was looking for. It had to have a garage. It had to be bigger than my last place. I needed a film area. In my last place, I had, you know, my living room, my bedroom, my daughter's bedroom, and I didn't really have a dedicated film area. Okay, so pause that. So I cut up, you know, some onion. And I don't use a lot of ingredients to make these because, you know, I'm real simple, y'all. So hold up, let me see. Oh no, hell no, I don't have no salsa. What the heck? I should have looked to see if I had everything before I started. I thought I had salsa. You need salsa to like really set it off, but it is what it is. we're gonna have it without the salsa. So I have some lettuce here that I'm going to open up and rinse off. But anyway, so during my move, there was a lot of things that I had to consider. So I had to consider all of these things in the midst of a pandemic where there was not a lot of houses available. You know, they had the it's called a moratorium, where there was a freeze on, like, you know, putting people out, like if they didn't pay or whatever. So it just really put like a strain on the availability, and it just was really hard. So I had to consider those things in the midst of not many options being available. So with all that being said, it was the most stressful thing ever. It was so draining. Two, I have been living in that house for 4 years. I have been there. That was my first place too, of my own. So, you know, it was just a lot. It was like being that it was gonna be a change, being that I wasn't gonna be in the same neighborhood as my mom no more. It was just a lot. So it was like real mentally draining. I can't believe I'm getting choked up right now. So the fact that I am getting choked up, that should tell you how like draining it was, because like I said, there was this moratorium where, you know, people could not get put out. They couldn't, you know, do all of those things. So it was just mentally draining to try to find a new location that had, you know, a film area. Like I was becoming like really, you know how like people have like these, what do they call, like when creative people can't really be creative anymore. So I just really needed a new environment for that as well. I needed a new space, just different energy. I just needed all those things. And within the midst of a pandemic, it was very, 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 very stressful. Oh my God, it was so stressful. So that's that. Okay, so I'm horrible at making stuff and trying to talk at the same time. I'm gonna get better as we go, because I'm gonna start doing this more often. But you know, this is just what it's giving, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna cut no more with this knife, so me cutting the bag is okay. So I'm gonna just take like just a little lettuce. I don't really need this much, but I gotta rinse the lettuce. So now we have the lettuce. I lied, I want to cut the lettuce down some. So let me get a different knife. This lettuce is just giving too bulky. This lettuce is just for, you know, the crunch. We got the crunch going. All right, so we got a little bit of our onions. We got a little bit of our lettuce. And we have our ingredients for these tacos. We also got some cheese that we're gonna add on there, and we're gonna call it a day. But anyway, so back to my story. And let me know if you guys like stuff like this, where I, you know, have these conversations while making something. We're gonna have to worry about or figure out what we're gonna do about the echo. So this bag right here is for the shell. So for my avocado tacos, I like them to be soft, and in order to like kind of like cook the shell, you have to put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the microwave it for about like 30 seconds, and then you good to go. Because, you know, you can't take them from here to taco and call it a day. You have to kind of like cook it. So anyways, so that was one of the things that was very, very stressful for me, like trying to look for a place in the middle of a pandemic where there wasn't a lot of options. I eventually found a place that is much bigger than my last place. I had a large backyard in my last place. In my new place, I have a backyard, but it's not very large. But the gag is, in my last place, I had a huge ass yard, and I never ever went in my backyard. Like, I never hung out in my backyard. I never went in my backyard. The most my backyard was used for was me throwing my recyclers in the recycle trash can in the back, and that was that. Like, I never utilized my backyard, so it was what it was. But you know, I got place. I got a place with a garage, a 2-car garage. And, you know, I was able to get a place that, you know, I had like now a dedicated filming area. My room is much bigger. My daughter's room is much bigger. It's quiet. It's a quiet community. I live in a community where it's a lot of like older, retired, white people in the community. The community has like a community pool, so that's cool that, you know, I have access to a community pool now, which is great. I have did I already say 2-car garage? Yeah, so I have a 2-car garage, and it fits my lifestyle because I'm able to run my business the same way. I'm able to package up orders, go in my garage, drive out of my garage, and then, you know what I'm saying, nobody knows really what I got going on. And I like it like that.
Okay, so that just about summarizes my life update. I'm now moved in and still trying to unpack everything. It's kind of been a month and I'm still unpacking, putting up things, and I'm still trying to set up my film area. So I'm using a green screen for now, but I have like a whole film area like set that I'm trying to like set up and things like that. So that's pretty cool. And I like it. It's quiet. It's a little bit of an adjustment because it's just a little bit of a different type of neighborhood. My last neighborhood, like I had one guy who he was kind of like the neighborhood watch. He knew everything that was going on. He was nosy as hell, but he was cool as hell as well. So it really didn't kind of bother me because I really don't got much going on anyway. So I really didn't care. You know, if you walk into the mailbox, he'll tell you the whole scoop of everything that's going on. But you know, it was like he wouldn't bother you with stuff. Just like if y'all happen to have like a casual conversation, you know, it'll be that. This neighborhood, like, it is blatantly obvious how nosy people are. Like, I've already had people like, you know, like coming to my door, just like different little stuff. So it's different. I might talk about the different adjustments in a separate video. And yes, this is a video where I was supposed to be showing myself making these avocado tacos, but I'm gonna end part 1 right here. Next time I do a video like this, I'm not gonna break up me making something because it's kind of weird, but being that I'm talking about 2 totally different subjects, I want it to be its own video. So the next part of this video is going to be me talking about like a dating situation, me like joking about this dating situation or whatever, and then I finish the avocado tacos. So catch part 2 of this video of me making these avocados on the next video. Part 2 will be listed below, and also let me know if you want to see more videos like this, if you enjoy videos like this.